Okay, we are gonna go do the Kymon's questline, start to finish. So we need to go to Sarah's Bastion. Thank you for the follow, Ogrish. Welcome to the stream. Fair enough. I use it for debuffing, honestly. Alright, Kymon's chosen. We're doing the quest lines. I have not done all the quests for this, but here we go. So we turn in our seals. And you gotta go fight Bolivar Bloodladder, which we did already. Now he wants us to go kill Ravok in the Fort Heron. Well, welcome to Grim Dawn. Enjoy your stay. It is an amazing game. Made by like 10 people. So, for the uninitiated, Bolivar Bloodletter appears in the Blood Grove, which is the area that's right up here, and he'll be, you know, somewhere in the middle of the Blood Grove here. Or no, right here. He can spawn anywhere in there. He's a purple named boss. It's not too difficult to deal with sometimes. Other times he can just wreck your face. Blood Pact gives you its bonuses while you're standing in your totem's area. Whatever the bonuses are. It's like bonus bleed damage, attack damage converted to health, or whatever it is. I don't remember exactly. And then Ravok here is up in Fort Heron. Hey, Aetherblaze is back. We've killed you once already, and we're gonna do it again. Yeah, your first time through, really just play the game casually.
That skill's not ready.
Yeah, if you're doing weapon damage with it, I think it'll give you the attack damage converted to health. And you get the bonus bleed damage by standing in your totem. Fort Heron used to be the only place where you found your enemy faction guys. Yeah, that was fun. First character I actually got to Nemesis with the enemy faction, I only had this place to farm it up. And that was when Nemesis actually took a lot to get. They actually reduced the Nemesis cost for that level of reputation a few patches ago. Yeah, I definitely... Like, we'll obviously go through all this, and I'll determine what the story's like as we go through it. But, I really do like the end of the Order quest. That, like, helping the Necromancers with their necromancy. Yeah, I get it. You're kind of detached, too. We had this conversation the other night, where you're a little bit detached from their quest, because you're kind of, like, helping them rather than doing the event yourself, but... If you don't choose either of them, nothing. But I also mean that literally. You get no benefit from it. You also don't have a negative to it. They'll still fight each other in the field, but neither side fights you. But you lose out on any faction bonuses. Where's this Dreadlord? You lose out on any faction bonuses that the factions provide. Oh, okay. I was like, what just happened? Oh, my character got frozen with his hand in the air. That is the most metal death pose, though. See, to me, they're too, like, your chosen faction, it's too valuable to not have it. Okay, I want these guys dead over here first. We're gonna have enough summoned up garbage to deal with without the trash mobs. See, I've always found it funny that, like, if you're a caster, you generally want to choose the Order of Death's Vigil. And if you're a melee character, you generally lean on Kymon's Chosen. I mean, it's not one-to-one, of course. Oh, we got a Hammerfall Girdle. It's not one-to-one, of course. And, of course, there are casters that use, like, Lightning and Fire that generally want to go to Kymon's. And likewise, there are Vitality characters that maybe are in melee and want to go to the Order, but generally speaking, it feels more like the Order is your spellcaster faction and your Kymon's is your melee faction, and you end up having to fight the reverse because the Nemesis spawn Xantarin for Order of Death's Vigil is basically a hyper necromancer, so a caster, while the Iron Maiden for Kymon's Chosen is a super melee character that's really hard to deal with when you're a spellcaster. Just a little interesting thing with that. Okay, so Ravok lay dead. Let's go talk to these guys. Sure, I can look at Dark Rose real quick. We're looking at Dark Rose's thing here. So, Ulzin's flame only affects Stunjacks, Granado, and Canister Bomb. So when you build an Ulzin's guy, he's using the grenades. Generally not Stunjacks. He's generally using Granado and Canister Bomb. So I would recommend moving those points over to something else. And generally, when you go into the Demolitionist, oh, Skipper X83, thank you for the host. And welcome his viewers to my stream. And generally speaking, if you're going deep on Demolitionist and not doing Ulzin's, you'll want Brimstone. So, and if you're doing a two-hand rifle, you definitely want Brimstone, if you're doing that for Fire Strike. And on the soldier side, yeah, O'Learen's Rage is fine. I would definitely recommend getting Warcry to 12 out of 12, because it makes a huge radius, and you'll apply that health reduction to everything in that huge radius. And yeah, generally speaking, if you're going to do Fire Strike with a rifle, You'll probably favor Brimstone over Explosive Strike, because when Brimstone hits, it makes these fragments that shoot out of the shots. Now, if you don't do Fire Strike and you want to keep Olzen's Flame, then you'll go for Granado and or Canister Bomb. Oh, melee melee. Yeah, same deal then. I would still recommend sticking the Fire Strike as the main spiel. Yeah, it's only useful if you're using Stunjacks, Granado, and or Canister Bomb. I've slain the Necromancer, so this guy's going to tell me about Father Kymon, who's down here. No, it's Sister Thala. Where the hell am I going? He's down here. So he's going to tell us to go get the ashes from the Tomb of the Archon, which is just what we're going to do. Savagery works just fine with a two-hander. Yeah, you can... Dark Rose, you can go in the forum and you can actually see some... two-hand... I think there is a two-hand commando build in there somewhere, in the build compendium. 2 Fort Icon. So now we do a little backtracking to get to our destination. And I do, you know, I really like Olirin's Rage, because my character now is motoring through the game. Like, look how fast he's moving compared to where he was just a few days ago. All of his problems are smoothing out rather nicely as he levels up. Yep, so our Tomb of the Archon's right here. You gotta do this with both of your factions. Shumao wants to know if anyone has a soul rend for trade. I have one, but I don't have it for trade, unfortunately. So I can't help you there. You know, I honestly find Kymon's chosen to be easier to fight. Because there's none of these Dreadlord pricks around to summon up a horde of undead to fight.
That skill's not ready.
Oh yeah, there is a trading thread for Grim Dawn at the official forums. Thanks for coming, Old Lost Dreams. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I hope to see you next time. So, yeah, DM normal mode is actually geared to... Is actually, like... I shouldn't say geared, because you're not... Well, you know what I mean. It's oriented more towards being on the easy side. So you can actually click the game over to veteran if you want more of a challenge. Also, there's still elite and ultimate difficulties after that. Yeah, you have to get through normal before the game will actually get really, really hard. Yeah, once you get past normal, the game difficulty does ramp up. So I'm on elite right now, and even though it doesn't look like I'm dying a lot, or it doesn't look like I'm having a huge challenge, it's actually a lot more challenging when you don't have a lot of amazing gear. I just can sort of like, because I played the game so much that I can sort of finagle my way. We use finagle into the higher difficulties without as much effort. Oh, yeah. The arena guy in Cronley's with his double battle axes. Okay. We need to make a little side trip, of course. Ooh. Oh no, we're good. We got enough of them. Yeah, Act 1 is not exactly filled with difficult things. At least not in the earlier difficulties. Yeah, that rush achievement's not difficult to get. It's actually, I think the most difficult thing about the, what is it? I wasn't expecting you, human achievement is accidentally overleveling. Thank you for the follow, Vax Phantomin. I said it right. I hope you've been enjoying the stream tonight. Yeah, you pretty much just run through the... There's like an enemy on my personal rift gate, and it... Whatever. It made it look like my rift gate triggered my Devil's Cage Halberg. Come here, Malkadur. Thank you for the follow, Das Omi. Enjoy the stream. Oh, that's a rarity. He popped my turtle shell. Welcome to Grim Dawn. Rip the next 1,000 hours of your gaming life. So I have to go and do a thing real quick before we move on with the quest, but we shall be moving on with Kymon's quest. Yeah, whenever I do that in a build, I always screw up my button presses. Okay, so that should get me my 8 chaos, which is what I need for that. And then we'll, with mostly the shrines from Ultimate, be able to fill that out. Okay, we have to go back and talk to Father Kymon. Kill the non-believer. One person comes running up to me, screaming and waving around a magic wand. Okay, so we have to go slay Bane Gargoth. Oh, crap. We have to go do another line of story quest, because I forgot we actually go outside of Fort Icon for this section. Did you not learn to not attack me? Okay, so we have to do an interim thing here. And before we go do this, I am actually going to take a quick bathroom break. So I shall return momentarily. Inner focus is something you should always max out no matter what you're doing as the Arcanist because of the offensive ability bonuses. Offensive ability trumps all stats. Not as bad as it used to, but offensive ability is pretty much the top of the pile. Like, this guy has really low offensive ability right now, and he needs to get it built up sooner rather than later. That's why I'm putting a lot of points on field command. And did this used to have offensive ability on it, but I think they got rid of it. Yeah, it's attack speed now. And he's gonna have to work. Oh yeah, Blood of Dreeg has it too. I'll probably have to level up Blood of Dreeg, give him more offensive ability. Okay, so we have to go and kill Commander Lucius, and then find the rift out in the Plains of Strife. Oh, and I should actually look at some Pumbaa's build real quick before I move on too far. Oh. It's the second link. So... yeah, I'd say Stormcaller's Pact would probably be better than Star Pact in this case. You should also consider points in Elemental Balance, because that'll give you bonus electrocute damage, and it'll give you bonus crit damage. And an Overload could also be good for an Obliteration character. And obviously, like, I love Wind Devils with Maelstrom, it's great. And of course, points on Heart of the Wild. For health. And since you're using a caster offhand, I do recommend Devastation. It's always a big one. Yeah, at level 57, you could probably do without having it maxed out. But inner focus, when you're at the end of your character's life, you definitely want it as high as you can get it. Like, overcap it, even. Because there are a lot of skills where I'll say, like military conditioning for the soldier here, like that's a skill that overcapping it works, but I'm actually going to keep it at 10 out of 10 with this guy just to free up a few extra skill points as needed. But inner focus is something I always cap and overcap. That was a lot of Iskanders, or a lot of Mirvaraktes turning on right there. That is some damage I'm taking. Wow, that's actually quite a bit of damage I'm taking.
Can't do that yet.
I love reflective stuff. It's great. And you can't have two exclusives on. Period. Wouldn't be very exclusive if you could have two. It would also be ridiculously broken if you could have two from two different classes. Because Star Pact Stormcaller's Pact would be absolutely the most OP thing you could have. Okie dokie, Zach. Thank you for coming along and modding for me again, man. See you later. And of course, they're not an issue when I come back down here. See, when you're not here, I'll just get really, really tough on everyone. Oh, I have a yawn coming on. Ugh. Oh, man. I practically blacked out from that one, jeez. Not only has it been kind of a longer day, like we're on 3.5 hours of streaming, which is usually where I stop. But we're gonna keep going until we get this Kymon stuff done. Oh, we've been speculating about what's gonna happen Monday all night. Because Zantai posted that thing about something enlightening happening. And the image he posted with that question mark surrounded by the border you see for the class wallpapers has got everyone, including me, in a tizzy over what's going to be revealed on Monday. So, presumably the 8th Mastery. And, yeah, speculation is that it's going to be... Well, at least I would speculate right now that it's going to be something like a archivist, acolyte, like a necromancer. Thank you for the follow, Schwamau. I hope you've been enjoying the stream tonight. Oh, this guy can take a lot. Shield main with dual shields. Okay, real talk though, when I was speculating earlier, I said, you know, we have right now a shield mastery class, that's a soldier. We have a dual wielding mastery class, the Nightblade. We have a two-hander mastery class in the form of the Shaman. And we're going to get a pistol mastery class in the form of the Inquisitor. So I was saying that we don't have really a caster offhand mastery class. So if they do like an archivist, that would be, you know, a class where you could have something that's heavily caster based that could use and focus on caster offhands. It could be really cool. And it could also be a necromancer. I think necromancer's been top of the speculation pile for a really long time, actually, because like people have been wanting it or been requesting it for a really long time. Yeah, that's the other thing. Shinro's has pointed out the big clue. Big clue there. They said that the name is already in the game. So like Acolyte would be a good necromancer name. Because you encounter acolytes with the order. But see, Archivist is also in the game. As is Inventor. Some people said they want to see Inventor. I think that'd be a pretty cool one too. So the new factions, for hostile factions, there's going to be a Beast faction. There's going to be something called the Ethereal Vanguard, which is going to have a new Ethereal Nemesis. And those are going to be negative factions. There's going to be the Coven of Ugdenbog, which is going to be a witch faction that's going to be an ally faction. And there's going to be a fourth faction that is going to be a choice as to whether or not you want it on your side or not. Oh, and it has been confirmed that the new class is going to be Vitality Aether based. In case anyone was wondering. I believe Deaky Deek said that. It was confirmed what the damages were. That's another reason to speculate Necromancer, because of the way the skeletons are set up in the Revenant constellation. Yeah, Deaky Dick said it in this chat, actually. Either confirmed or heavily hinted at confirmed. I don't know. I don't know if he's still floating around, so we can't ask him. There's actually quite a lot with vitality damage in this game. Oh yeah, like, all of this is also speculation. It could always be a curveball. Never underestimate a curveball. Vitality decay tends to follow vitality damage around. It's like internal trauma damage with physical. Okay, let's look for this damn rift. Yeah, that's the thing, Shumao. It could always be Zantai just trolling us. Monday could literally be nothing about classes at all. It's around, trust me. I know it is. You get it a lot on weapons and stuff. In fact, I think it might even be on... Is it on Anatomy of Murder? Well, I just heard something, like, to my right, go through a bajillion of the mines. Let's see. I also don't remember exactly where the rifts spawn, which is always kind of funny. Because there's the one right here. Because the rifts, like, I know where one spawn location is every time. Yeah, that's what I thought. It has percent and then the Vit Decay. Cause yeah, it's on right there. It exists. It's just it's not ultra mega super common. Oh, a treasure trove. Just immediately walk in here. Hey, look, a treasure trove. Now, if I came in here saying, I'm gonna look for this treasure trove, I never would have been able to find it. Yeah, so if it is a necromancer we're gonna get, I would really like to see something that's maybe got a dark streak, anti-hero style spellcasting going on. Sort of like the way the necromancer used to be in Diablo 2. Only not tainted with suck because it's gonna be in Diablo 3. Hello, Kelfad Ayatoth. Oh, there was a Harbinger in there somewhere. That's probably why I was taking so much damage. Oh, Rips and Pumbaa. Rip. I get myself into scrapes. Certain times I'll just run into some place and all of a sudden I'm surrounded by obsidians. Reflective used to be much, much worse. So you know the briar thorns that show up in, like, the Pine Barrens area? They used to natively have reflect on them. Okay, we gotta go this way. So that the briar thorns, if you hit them, they'd reflect damage back at you just as a creature effect. I'm not talking about a reflective Briarthorn. I mean the actual Briarthorn creature class did that to you. They were so damn hard to fight. And at the time that existed, the Pine Barrens was the best place to farm stuff. So it's fun to actually go in there when Albrecht's Aether Ray wasn't exactly strong, but it was strong enough. And then you start beaming Briarthorns and all of a sudden you're just dying by inches. Dying by miles just because, hey, I will take that. So long as it's a percent, it will apply to all damages of that type. I don't know what argument you're talking about. Oh, all damage? So all damage applies to all damage. If it's like 20%, that's 20% to each damage type. Also, I hope someone clips me saying all damage applies to all damage. Now, if it says chance to deal, like, 200% weapon damage, that'll proc off of everything, too. If that's what you're talking about. So like the proc on Stormcaller's Pact. Yeah. Now I would assume, because I think it's like this with Albrecht's Aetherite, there might be a coefficient with Obliteration where it's actually going to be programmed to have procs happen less. Thank you for coming by, Rioside. Enjoy Grim Dawn. Welcome to the game. I hope you enjoy your stay within it. Also, I'll look up what you're talking about once I get out of this place. But we have to kill this Bangor Goth jerk. And then we'll be on the way with Kymon's quest, finally. That was rough. He took a lot of hits to bring down. Because we have to stop by Fort Icon real quick to turn these quests in anyways. Okay, so next round for Kymon's. We can set up the end of the game. I'm not going to fight Log Heron on Elite yet. I want to get him closer to 70. Because just as a rule, I want to get to very near 70 before I start Ultimate. Yeah, I believe for that, you need to hit with your weapon. Then again, you should probably test it out yourself. But I wouldn't bother doing this for Obliteration. There are much, much better options. Like, say, Creed's Cunning. I would go for Creed's Cunning with Obliteration. Creed's Cunning really has all you'll ever want in an augment when you're doing anything elemental. You know, the Inquisitor's prefix is gonna be kind of a weird thing coming up, because it's... Where's that gun? Because I think it's supposed to be, it's gonna be switched over to being something related to the actual class. Thank you for the follow. Psychotic77, welcome to the stream. Enjoy your stay. Yeah, O'Learin's fervor. I just looked at it. Oh, Hammerfall Girdle was that legendary. Thank you. It means a lot. And I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. I'm going to be polishing off Kymon's quest, and I'm actually going to make a YouTube video for it. Oh. Hey, look. Archon. Just hanging around. You are a brave soul, and your loyalty to me knows no limits. When the time is right, you shall become an agent of my righteousness. With your help, I will banish the darkness from this world and restore Kharn to greatness once more. So what's his will? I must be frank with you. The burden I'm about to place upon you is a difficult one, and I can only entrust it to you. Far to the north, in the Asterkarn Mountains beyond Darkvale, there is a tomb which houses a powerful relic known as the Eye of Korvac. Imperium has revealed its location to me after a lengthy meditation. The eye is said to act as a lens into a man's soul. Using it, I can peer into the hearts of my chosen and separate the truly devout from the false. Man, that's some thought crime shit right there. So he wants us to go get this eye. Am I going to give it to him? Maybe, maybe not. Okay then, a Spellweaver. Here's a super caster weapon for a build that's not even remotely yours. Okay, so this tomb, if I recall correctly, is between the mountains and the road. Thank you for coming around, Carlboy666. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you next stream. The tomb is like right here, right? Or is it... No, right, wait, no, we go this way. I've been in here, I know this place. It's just been a while. Because you gotta go in here for the Super Seeker quest. Yeah, because it's right there. Now, I will say that I do really like the look of this tomb. It's a really... Like, it's got all the features you would expect out of a tomb, but it's got, like, some snowy areas in here. Because I believe some of it's broken in. And also, when you come here in Ultimate, you... Well, after you initiate the secret quest, you come in here to get the item for the secret quest. You know, it's funny that Kymon's requires you to kill Chthonics to gain reputation, when you yourself can basically use the Chthonic powers. I hope they're okay with me doing this, you know, using chaos. I mean, what are they going to do to stop me? Nothing, that's right. So many seals of binding. I mean, I'm not complaining at all, but I think every fight's giving me a seal. Now I'm like chaining the fights together, and I actually just want to level up. But I keep just like running into the next group of mobs as I go. Okay. God damn it. I said okay. So we'll do a point there. And a point there. Probably not. Zohan's technique you really only want to use if you're doing a basic attack build. And your damage lines up with it. Like a basic attack build that doesn't have any AoE in it. Like if you were doing a cadence melee build, I would maybe recommend it. Because you'll work the Zolhan's techniques into your main attacks. Now, actually, if you did have a lot of internal trauma damage with it too, and you could work it into your fire strikes. But if you don't have a lot of internal trauma damage, I don't really think you need it as much. Oh, there's a hero here. It's like I didn't even notice there's a heroic one of these floating around because of this guy. Because of the, I didn't notice until he dropped the ceiling on me. I would say so. I think a gunslinger or sorcerer works. I would hold off on making a gunslinger, though. Because the Inquisitor class is coming out soon, and that's pretty much going to be gunslinger-based for you. I do want to point out one secret real quick that I know of from... Yeah, we have to go back a little bit. There's one little secret I can point out, because I've explored this place a lot with my Aether guy looking for the secret quest item. And there's one thing I do want to point out real quick. Oh no, wait, we can't get over there yet, can we? Never mind. Oh, I see what we gotta do. We gotta do a little loop around this way. Yeah, we just got a weird setup here. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for gun builds coming up. Now, whether or not you're going to combine the Inquisitor with the Arcanist or with the Demolitionist for a gun build, that could be up for debate. Though I think a lot of people are probably going to go Demolitionist Inquisitor for their gun builds. Hello, Oddwick. I hope I said that right. Shoot. I don't know if this is really a secret, though. Because you come down here and you can break this wall away. See, it's kind of a secret before the breakaway walls could be highlighted. And that loops us back around here. What is thine question? Because that's part of the reason I'm here, is to answer questions. Hello. I haven't been back here yet. Not yet. It's like Q1, Q2 this year, I think is the last time they said, anything close to a release date. Might even be pushed back a little bit, depending on how things go. Yeah, and it's 2 new masteries. And people are speculating that the next one is going to be shown off. It's going to be previewed this Monday. No, bleed and pierce are disassociated from each other. It will only convert the pierce to acid. Bleed is its own damage type. I know that there's some people out there that want bleed to be a pierce, the pierce dot, but no, that's just not, that's not going to happen. So we have an ancient sarcophagus over there. With like a pair of void fiends guarding it. Oh. Shar Anatu, Harbinger of the Void. Nope, they are not associated to each other. I kind of find it to be a weird interaction that you can change internal trauma damage to the elemental burns. But honestly, I don't know why I find that weird, because you can change one elemental burn to another. So like if you have a warp fire dagger, it converts fire to cold, or cold to fire damage. But that also converts frostburn damage to burn damage. So, Electra's Flash Freeze, you can change it to half fire. Oh, here's the Eye of Korvac. You can change it to half fire. And then, the Frostburn gets changed to burn damage. So this is interesting. So we're going for this Eye of Korvac thing. And, we have a Witch God idol, or effigy here. Because these things show up on all of the, not only in the Shrine of the Forgotten God, but it also shows up on all of the Hidden Path quests. I don't think there's one strongest build. There are a lot of builds that are really strong, though. Envy. I think the strongest classes, because to me there's like, before we move on, there's an A tier and a B tier for class tierage right now. Because pretty much all the classes have their builds that work, and it's a matter of how gear dependent the builds are to how much work you can get done with them, in addition to like class synergizing going on. So is Empyrean a witch god in a different form? So, what was I gonna say? Oh, so like the A tier classes, it'd probably be like Sorcerer, Conjurer, Blade Master. I'd put them at the top. Like they're the A plus tiers. Oh, it's Primordial, right. And then for like the A tiers, I would do like Spellbreaker, Warder, Witchblade, maybe Commandos in there. And then for B tier, it's like they mostly, you know, work about the same, just a little less, require a little more gear to really get started, and really get going. That'd be like Witch Hunter, Trickster, Saboteur, pretty much everything else I'd throw into B tier. And then Battle Mage is what I would call a B- right now, just because there's no real like gear to support it heavily, even though it can be made really well and get really strong. So there isn't one strongest build. And also because Grim Dawn is single player, like if you have a build you're comfortable playing, then you can have like it doesn't matter what the strength is because Grim Dawn's single player, so you move at your own pace through the game. So by moving at your own pace through the game, I mean you don't really have to care about build power. Yes, I have it here. Ah, thank you. Empyrean thanks you. You have been a devout servant, and your faith shall not go unrewarded. I have opened my study to you as promised. Please go there and see for yourself what it means to serve the gods. So what will you do with the eye? I shall use it to peer into the hearts of my chosen, to find the ones that... Okay, you said that before. So his study is right here. Oh man, here we go. Should I be worried that I'm opening a gate to get in here? The messenger. So let's read these journal entries first. Kymon's journal, page 1. Wow, that text is tiny and far away from my face. The messenger is harsh to deal with. With each exchange, I feel drained as though my life were being drawn from a deep well. Everything appears darker and farther away as if seen through a long tunnel. A lesser man without the years of Inquisition mental training would be consumed. Even as I write this, I can sense its energy rippling through the room. I can feel it like worms twitching below my skin. It burrows and pulls, urging me to get closer. I dread to think of what would become of any of my chosen should they get too close to this entity. What would remain, I cannot say, but I suspect the messenger would shuck the mind and claim the body for its own. I fear there are none who would understand or survive this secret. I alone must shoulder this burden, and so I will steel myself and endure. I have taken a great risk, and by the fate of the world... but the fate of the world hinges on the success of the chosen and the pact I have made. So he was an inquisitor. That's kind of an interesting reveal. Was it mentioned earlier, and I just paged through it too quick, that he was an Inquisitor? As in the class Inquisitor? As in the new class that's coming out? Okay, so if he's the Inquisitor, the Inquisitor would be the Kymon's class then, right? So yeah, Necromancer for the other class. Boom. Boom, done. Necromancer. Necromancer confirmed 2017. Okay, so, page 2. There are questions that have been scratching at the back of my mind. I have tried to push them aside, but with each conversation I have with the messenger, they become harder to ignore. I must ask, when the last demon is driven from this world, what will become of us then? In my heart, I fear I already know the answer, but dare not speak it out loud. I have no doubt that I have made the right choice. The power I have revived will be humanity's salvation from the blood fiends of the chthonic void. However, there must always be evil, And when there is no evil left to conquer, who, or more frighteningly, what will fill the emptiness? Will we become as reviled as though we oppose? Their primordial powers have no care or sympathy for humanity. Without shackles, this power I have borrowed could be just as disastrous as, or perhaps even worse than, Chthon. I now wish I had not burned the town where I awoke this ancient being. If it ever needs to be stopped, I may have destroyed the last remaining knowledge to unmake it. Oh, man. Kymon. You are not Kymon, you are not Kymon, puny thing. Why has he brought you before me? Has he lost his senses? Has he fallen ill? No, he is a fool, and fools are punished. So Empyrean? Gone, gone! There is only Korvac. Kneel before his messenger. What is your deal with Kymon? Kymon found Korvac's tomb. He called through the veil and God answered. Kymon begged for a way to save his people. Korvac merely asked for his soul. Now Kymon has the power he needs, and Korvac gets his worshippers. Korvac, who has when the... That's a very weird sentence to say. Korvac, who was when the world was not. Korvac is eternal, infinite, primordial. The dead god grows in strength. It threatens the power of Korvac, and so Korvac must become greater. You know it only as Chthon, whose blood courses through your veins, as it does in every living being. But the dead god yearns to return from the void. It calls to its blood, gathers it. Someday soon, Chthon will be reborn. Sure thing, Envy. After I get through this, I can point out the conjurer stuff. All blood, all life. Chthon's worshippers excuse me. Gather it. Give the dead god the strength to tear through the barrier between worlds. But as Chthon grows bolder, so too does Korvac rally his strength. Karn shall become the battleground upon which gods shall settle. Gods shall settle their conflict. Okay, so... So I have three options here. The chosen must be warned, I cannot let this continue, and I want in on this deal. Oh, it doesn't matter, Wolf. Just do it. You know what? Humans are so amusing, always hunger for power. Korvac made a deal. Kymon, he has no need for you. Oh, okay, you just go through all three. You cannot stop what has been set in motion centuries ago. You have already served your purpose. Korvac is no longer use for you. Leave. Foolish thing, the chosen serve their god and in turn are rewarded for their worship. You would be labeled a heretic, an ally of Chthon. You who deny their sacred flesh. Okay. Hello, Loris. It is good evening. It is 9:23. So that's a nice reveal. Yep. See, I haven't gone into the religious lore. I pretty much went into the history lore. Oh, talk to Kymon now? What have you done, young man? What have you done? What I did what I had to do in order to help save our species. The primordial gods are fickle, and they despise Chthon and his manifestations. Though my fate may be sealed, at least I will use this power to redeem humanity. Do not speak of this to anyone. My chosen cannot learn that their only light is tainted with secrets. Humanity must have hope. You must understand. I did not reveal my secret to you so that you could call me a heretic and destroy what I built. I wanted to show you just how dire our situation is. Humanity is on the brink of annihilation. I did what I had to do in order to preserve our species. One day, perhaps this all will come crashing down around me, but humanity will not be joining me in the pits of hell. I will see to that. Perhaps not, but I do know that it craves the destruction of Chthon, just as we do. And I do know that it has the power to help us. So he wants to know what the eye is for. It may be difficult to fathom, but Korvac once walked among us countless centuries ago. The eye was a piece of his last manifestation. Korvac wishes to gather the parts of himself that were lost to him, consolidate his power, I presume. Wait, I had to get one more. What about Empyrean? I'm afraid I honestly do not know. Perhaps the Lightbringer is just a myth and truly has abandoned, as the texts imply, forced to flee a world of its own making. Okay. Pretty interesting stuff. And they're all fools. All of them. Every last one of them. See, this actually makes me not want to join the Chosen. In all honesty. It just makes me think the Order is getting a better deal in the game now.